and you're going to give it to them anyway. They may have some questions. Of course, then we're going to wrap up and we're going to say, does anyone have any questions? That's the explanation of the process. Now we just have a little housekeeping. First, we're going to show them a map of the area and make sure that we're looking in an area that's good for them. We're going to give them a home warranty packet because we're going to offer them and encourage them to get a home warranty. And then we're going to give them a sample contract. And the reason for the sample contract is when a person finds a home they love, it's really not a good idea to get that document out for the first time, because they may have a lot of questions and they have a lot of anxiety because they have just found the home that they like. So if you can encourage them to go ahead and live with that contract, sleep with it, take a shower with it, whatever you need to do to make you feel comfortable with it, I encourage them to certainly spend some time with that contract. Now, we do have some documents that we need to get signed. The first thing is the home energy audit. Yes, in the state of Florida, anyone can order a home energy rating. I just ask them to sign one, and then I give them the other one. Additionally, I take a minute to explain the transaction broker notice. Now, we are no longer required by law in the state of Florida to go over what it takes to be a transaction broker. However, we find that buyers really do appreciate learning what a transaction broker is, and especially number 6, limited confidentiality, and you reassure them that you would keep price, terms, and motivation confidential, which is required by your duties as a transaction broker. And many times buyers are reassured when they know that regardless of being a transaction broker, you still have to keep their price, terms, and motivation confidential when you're negotiating. We do have a buyer's disclosure, information disclosure form that we fill out for our office, and each office is sometimes different. This really just reiterates a lot of the things that I explained in the buyer packet, so they always feel comfortable signing this. It just talks about special taxing districts and property tax information. It also allows a line for affiliated business disclosure here if you do have any affiliated businesses that you work with. This is a document that's required by FHA. It's called For Your Protection, Get a Home Inspection. It actually does require a property address, but it does address some major issues of radon gas, and also you really only need to include this if you do a lot of FHA loans, but they are very popular right now, and it is a required document for an FHA loan. And lastly, this is what I call the 3-choice buyer representation agreement. This is attached to the itinerary for the day, and I say to the buyer, we're about to go see these properties that are listed here, and there's no fee that's charged in advance for my services. It's customary for the seller in Florida to pay cooperating brokers a commission. You do have a choice of realtors. Do you have an established relationship with a realtor that you would like to purchase your home through? And that's this question right here with the blank. If they have made it known, and of course this is kind of late in the game to be finding out. We did do our buyer questionnaire, of course, before this appointment, but this has happened to me where they're like, well, actually my realtor's out of town, and they told me to just go out with anybody and that I could write the offer when I got back. And so if this is what's happened, I go ahead and let them check this box here and fill in that realtor's name, and then I just say, well, it would take me just as long to cancel the appointments as it would to show them. So let me take you out and show you these properties, and then, you know, this will be our last day together, and I want you to work with your agent, and that's how we end it. Or you could decide to cancel the appointments for the day. I just find that if you've gotten this far, it's better to just keep the rapport and then just know not to waste your time in the future. Then the second one is, I agree that if I purchase any of the homes shown today, I'll make an offer through Keller Williams, and of course, if it's me, Lisa Spencer. I like to put this one here. It seems fair. That's what I just say to them. You're going to agree that if you decide to purchase any of the homes we see today, that you'll purchase them through me, and that sounds fair, doesn't it? Most consumers will say, yes, that is fair, and then they can sign it. Now, the third choice down here, after you've gotten together with them for a few times and you've gotten this for a second one signed, or even sometimes on the first day, you just explain these homes that we're going to see today. You can check here. Or if you don't want to fill this out each time we get together, you can just say that you've selected me as your exclusive buyer representative, and In the end, any builders or other realtors or homes being marketed on their own, that you'll make offers and negotiate and complete the purchase through me. And so a lot of times people have been referred to you, or they trust you because you've been working with them online for a while. It's not uncommon for a consumer to go ahead and select this third choice right away. But it's also not uncommon for them to want to take some time to get to know you, and they may just select number 2. At any rate, it's important to get an exclusive buyer agreement signed so that everyone knows how you're working together. So I hope you found this helpful. I also want to show you some other things I've included in my buyer consultation at times. This is a map of the Fishhawk area. This is the bus line that takes them directly to MacDill Air Force Base. We have so many military owners that live in Fishhawk, so you may want to include some documents that are helpful for your specific consumer. Also, I include some client testimonials from some of my previous clients so that they can see that I have successfully worked with people just like them in the past. I may put a little trinket of a magnetic notepad in there, some information from the local Chamber of Commerce, and then also maybe a small brochure about selling a home in the event they may have a home to sell. I also wanted to share with you this home buying passport, which I find is really helpful with people who are transferring in from out of the area. It's a very detailed little book that looks exactly like a passport with room for my cards in here. This is through the dreampass.com or 1-800-320-6660, and you can order those online if you'd like a more abbreviated version than the consultation that I showed you today. Well, thank you so much for your time, and I hope that these scripts and this presentation will help you sell more property and help your buyers understand the process better. Thank you for tuning in to the Performance Workshop.